Division agents had been made aware of hostages being held in the Nelson Theatre by the Hyenas. Given their drug-fueled unpredictability, agents must work quickly to rescue the civilians. A once vibrant and bustling venue, the Nelson Theatre now stands as a fortress of fear as the Hyenas use it as a prison to hold hostages. A distress call was received by Division agents. It was a plea for help. Without hesitation, the agents accepted their duty and prepared for the mission that lay ahead. Their objective was clear: rescue the hostages trapped within the Nelson Theatre and remove all Hyena presence. The agents made their way towards the theatre. As they approached the compound, they knew they had to act swiftly as to not allow the Hyenas the chance to react. Infiltrating the theatre, they navigated the corridors to reach the backstage area where the hostages were being held captive. However, the Hyenas weren't going to make this easy. The agents found themselves face to face with the ruthless faction. A fierce battle ensued as bullets flew and explosions rocked the theatre's halls. Regardless, the agents pushed on, taking down the Hyenas one by one. With each enemy defeated, they moved closer to their goal of freeing the terrified civilians. As they cleared the area, the agents discovered a locked door, preventing access to the hostages. Determined to find a way to release them, they searched for a key, and this is when they would be confronted by a high-ranking hyena called Zero. Infamous for her ruthless tactics, the agent's skill and precision proved too much. They would go on to eliminate Zero, who happened to be carrying the civilian key. Finally, they were able to release the hostages from their confinement. The agents unlocked the cells, freeing the innocents. With the mission accomplished and the hostages rescued, the agents guided the grateful civilians towards the exit.
You're hurting me. Jacoby, what did I tell you?
This punk robbed a pharmacy and killed 4 people.
That's bullshit. I'll take it from here.
Whatever you say, Captain.
Do you need a doctor? Fucker tried to break my arm. Do you want to file a complaint? Fuck yeah, I want to file a complaint. Cops can't treat you like that. Officer Jacoby will be dealt with. What's your name? You can't believe what he tells you. I didn't do nothing. I need your name for the complaint against Officer Jacoby. Oh, okay. Zoe Addison, 2 Ds. Thank you, Miss Addison. Now, tell me what happened. I was coming out of the pharmacy and that fucker grabbed me. And the 4 murders? You can't pin that on me. I'm gonna need to put you in a holding cell while we review the surveillance tapes. That should clear things up. You can't trust the tapes. They won't tell you the whole story. I did what I had to do. I was defending myself.
Captain Scott interrogates Zero, who was accused of robbing a pharmacy and killing 4 people. Zero denies the accusations and complains about Officer Jacoby's rough treatment. Captain Scott assures Zero that Officer Jacoby will be held accountable. Captain Scott says that she will review the surveillance tapes before making the final judgment and informs Zero that she will be held in a holding cell during the investigation. Zero insists that she was defending herself and that the footage won't show everything.
Jacoby, I got another excessive force complaint on you.
Bullshit.
You almost broke that girl's arm. I know you're tired. We're all tired, but we have to still treat people with respect.
Sorry, Cap.
We can't afford to lose the public's trust.
Captain, how would you like us to proceed?
Do your patrols. Help civilians. Keep them safe. Arrest people who are breaking the law. If your life is in danger and you have to use lethal force, use lethal force.
And how will we know when it's okay to use lethal force?
De-escalate, disarm, and disable. Rely on your training and use your better judgment. And if you can't do that, then maybe you should think about taking a break. And if I need to discharge my weapon, you'll back me up? If it's justified.
Captain Scott addresses Captain Jacoby regarding the excessive force complaint. She emphasizes the importance of treating people with respect and maintaining the public's trust. The officers inquire about the proper use of force, to which Captain Scott advises de-escalation and relying on their training and judgment. She also suggests taking a break if needed. Captain Scott assures that she will support officers who discharge their weapon, but only if it is justified.
We've We've got hostiles trying to break into the station.
There are too many entrance points. We don't have enough manpower to control them all. We need to fortify the theater.
Fortify.
Build barricades. Set up perch points for snipers. Close off exits and entrances. Make it a fortress that a two-man crew could defend.
Or should I also set up cauldrons of burning oil and a trebuchet?
Oh, just get it done, Jacoby.
Officer Jacoby informs Captain Scott about hostiles attempting to breach the station. Due to the fact that the police was underpowered as it is, it was getting difficult to hold the precinct. Captain Scott ordered her men to take the inmates and get to the Nelson Theatre, where it would be easier to fortify and defend. The police officers were able to fortify the theatre and made cells for the inmates, but as time went by, their food and supplies were beginning to run out.
You don't have to do this. You left me in this fucking cell to starve to death.
Let's go.
Alex, you used to sing in the choir.
Shut up.
At the Church of the Epiphany.
I said shut up.
If your mother could see her little boy now, her little saint.
I ain't no saint.
You're better than this. I know you're not gonna shoot me.
You're right. I won't shoot you. I'm gonna leave you like you left my girl.
That's right. Ain't no one's coming to rescue you. Ain't no one left.
If you're smart, you'll kill yourself. I hear starvation is an ugly way to go.
Eventually the Hyenas breached the theatre, killing most police officers on site. Captain Scott begged for the mercy of Zero and her hyena boyfriend, Saint. However, Zero thought that she had been left to die in the cell, so the two left Captain Scott to die of starvation. Sometime after the events at the Nelson Theatre, Saint would be involved in a hostage situation where the Hyenas were holding Eleanor Sawyer at the Grand Washington Hotel. Eleanor was the daughter of Odessa Sawyer, former division agent and leader of the theatre settlement. Division agents would eventually catch up to him while rescuing Odessa's daughter. In this classified assignment, we're shown how things are playing out quite early on, possibly before the JTF was assembled in DC. It looks as though it was at the point where the police were starting to lose control of the areas under their watch. Their numbers are low and dropping rapidly, and the growing hostile presence is beginning to overwhelm them. Tempers are flaring and exhaustion is setting in. Officers are in the situation of having to make some tough calls with only a moment's notice, or they risk becoming just another fatality of the violence that is erupting throughout the capital. I wasn't sure how these short videos on the classified assignments would be taken, since the information is so old, but a lot of you have reached out thanking me for covering these, because you haven't been able to experience them yourselves. So I'll keep plugging through them in between larger videos I'm working on. I'll set up a playlist for them too, something I was hoping to work through for the whole channel because they're a bit of a mess right now. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and Extremis Malus, Extrema Media.